Welcome to He Said, Red Said, where Red is Vicki Fitch, serial entrepreneur, direct sales expert, business coach, and provider of Fitch Slaps. It's also where Red is always right. To introduce this week's He, here's Vicki Fitch. He said,
Red said. Hey everybody, Vicki Fitch. Stacy. I'm not live. Okay, I don't know, guys. She says I'm live, so I'm going to go with it. Everybody, this is Vicki Fitch. I am your direct sales expert and the host of He Said, Red Said, where red is always right. I really appreciate you guys tuning in today. You guys know I have an amazing guest here, Mr. Owen Video in the house. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about him, not much because he's kind of boring, and we're just going to kind of skip over all the
You sound like my alcoholic mother. Fantastic.
He's a YouTube marketing consultant specializing in small business growth. He's made over 1,000 videos for the web and has a YouTube channel with almost 1 million minutes of watch time. Who would want to watch this guy for 1 million minutes? I'm so not sure, but I will tell you, he's humorous. He's funny. He has actually recently defeated cancer, which is kind of like makes it so it's hard to Fitch slap him, but we're going to get that out of the way so I can just totally tackle him in a little bit. And so I think Randall already brought him on, but I guess I'm going to introduce my guest, Mr. Owen Video in the house. Welcome, Owen. How are you, darling?
Hey, it's so good to be here on this show. I've been watching you for the past 3 minutes or so, and I got to say, so far, I really like what you're doing here.
Oh, I feel touched, honestly. It's like, this is a dynamic experience where you've got 3 minutes. You've got 3 minutes under your belt of me. That's impressive. You know, when you come on to somebody's show and you say, yeah, I've never actually bothered to watch you.
I hope you'll invite me back in the future.
Yeah, I definitely will. I mean, sure, for sure. Like, yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
okay,
probably not.
Let's just talk, because you know how this show goes. If you've ever watched it, you guys, He Said, Red Said is a little bit of business and a whole lot of fun. And we're all about trying to connect with audiences and explain to this. And I'm going to just say hello, Mia Voss in the house. She's telling me that I was live earlier. We got some things going on with the screen back here. So yes, audio and video are not in sync. I don't know, Randall, if that's something you can fix. Melanie Weiser's in the house. Let's see. And Jay Garrett, how are you guys? Yeah, did you guys see the first take? Apparently, we were told we weren't live, but apparently I saw myself. I don't know what we were doing, burping or laughing or doing lip exercise.
Profanity spree. Yeah.
Oh, please. They already know. Okay, put Owen back on for a minute. So, Owen, did you see, who was it? I think it was Tim Gillette posted a post on Facebook this week, and it said, who will you not swear in front of?
Oh, yeah.
Guess what? It's several people put Vicki Fitch. That was me.
Really?
Yes, because this is a no swearing zone. I don't swear, and this is a G-rated show, and so I was like, somebody said, oh, and I was like, I'm proud of that. Like, I could totally rock that. That's completely cool that people say, yeah, I'm not going to swear.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I like to think of myself as family edgy, right? Like, your kids
there you go.
Listen, your kids can listen in. We might cross a line every now and then. And I've done the thing, like try to be a chameleon, you know what I mean? When you're working with a client and they're like dropping these F-bombs and everything like that. So I'll be like, hey, I'm going to say a cuss word and I'll show them that I'm just like them. But I end up saying cuss words that no one has ever even heard before. I just don't do it well. And so I remember telling myself last year, I was like, you know what? I'm just not even going to pretend to curse anymore because I don't even do it well. So that's my, it's like people say, who do you don't curse in front of? I don't even curse well at all. So
yeah, I don't curse at all. So it's just kind of a thing. And, it's just a thing, right? So if you guys are having trouble and we look like we're that, in the old Japanese, kind of thing, I'm really sorry about that. We can't see ourselves in the back room either. So I'm watching my iPad, which goes off all the time. So we could be talking by ourselves here any minute, Owen. But for those of you guys who are listening, Carlos Phoenix is in the house. Refresh your browser for me real quick, guys, just in case. And then while you're there, why don't you hit that share button? Hit the share button. Come on now. I know Mbe is over there. Mbe, hit the share button for me, baby girl, because we got, even if we're looking like Chinese people, you guys can close your eyes and go into a meditative state and just listen. Right? Right, Owen?
Home.
It's very good. I think we did that
better
together, right?
I'm peaceful. Yeah.
I kind of do that. And yeah, David says it's okay, Vicky-san. I like that, David. I think you can call me Vicky-san. Vicky-san. And Marcia says hello to you. Marcia says, hi, Owen.
Hey, Marcia.
Marcia, she said hi to me first. I just want that on the record. She did say hi to me first.
You know what? I need more from you guys. Yeah, hi to Vicky first. I'm the guest. I thought that I was going to get the bravado coming out. But, you know, Vicky, you are a star. And you run your show with such elegance and sophistication. Literally, you guys should see the smoothness of the operators behind.
And I really appreciate that. We do have some great people. Stacy Lynn and Randall Hart from Chapel Hill Media are rock stars, and they have been producing the show here. And poor Randall has a heart attack every time he has some of the, has these tech difficulties.
Oh, yeah.
Poor Randall. He's back there sweating. I get the little verklempt,
amongst yourselves.
Oh my gosh. And so Dave Gonzalez says, I'm going to tell him that in a minute. Let's not tell him that yet. Let's get him in a minute. Because we're totally gonna rip you to shreds in a minute.
I'm ready. Bring it on.
Okay.
Bring it on, folks. I had an iced coffee, so I'm like, that's my whiskey. Christian whiskey. That's what that is.
I love it. Well, you guys, for those of you who are listening on iTunes, Stitcher, who've downloaded the podcast, we really appreciate you tuning into He Said, Red Said. If you guys, I would really recommend that you come and check out the live version too, because I am going to get Owen just a little bit to do his lip exercises for you, which are really comical. And you want to see, it's episode 61 of He Said, Red Said. Oh, that's not 61. No, I think, is it 61? Oh my gosh, we're episode 61. My head is going to explode. Like, amazing. I've had to put up with boys for 61 weeks. That is like,
that's awesome.
So episode 61 with Owen video. So you can watch it at VickiFitch.com. You can see it on YouTube. You'll be able to see it all over the place. We get this produced pretty quickly. So we appreciate that. And I hope you guys will check it out because, again, Owen's actually, don't tell him I said this, but he's kind of cute. He's kind of funny. And these comedy faces he does are, there he goes. Like he just did one. Now, you might not see that for 5 seconds if we're still out of sync. But it's coming. Be ready. It's coming. It's coming.
Prepare yourself. That's blue steel.
Exactly. Adam Nally, Doc Muscles is in the house, and he said 61 weeks of he's. It's true, because I am on the hunt for he. Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit. Okay. I talked about the bio. Your bio doesn't even do you any justice. So, we're going to talk about really quick if is Randall prepared to throw up the Fitch slap thing? Because a lot of people need to understand the Fitch slap, including Owen, right?
Yeah. So
the Fitch slap, you guys, is a public service. It only comes out when necessary. It is always done in love, and it's used to redirect the course of someone who's gone astray. That's so hilarious. Now, if Owen gets out of line, I have to Fitch slap him. It's just the nature of the beast. It's like, remember, it's like a reflex. I can't stop it. It is a public service. Okay.
And domestic abuse is always funny. Like there's a time.
Oh, don't be getting yourself into trouble now. No. This is virtual. It's really hard to do some domestic virtual violence.
Mock violence is always so funny. But we'll work on it. It's a thing in progress, I think.
But you deserve it. That's all that's what really matters, is that you deserve it. So, okay. So we're going to talk about something a little bit touchy really quick. Some of you are going to go, Vicky, stop being mean to this guy. Now, Owen, we're going to talk about the C word, right? The C word is ugly.
Yeah.
C word is ugly.
Yeah. Crotches?
Yeah. Well, that's one of them.
Oh!
Other C words. There are many C words that are really not in a G show, although we do reverse the PG. But
I meant crutches. That's what I
meant. But this particular C word is cancer. So you actually had cancer and rocked your business anyways at another time. But just tell us about that really quick, and so we can have that out of the way so people know when I Fitch slap you, it's okay. That we're good.
No, I appreciate that. Cancer was among, the most devastating and challenging experiences of my life. So I appreciate you starting off the show with that. I'll tell you, I've always been sort of an on-the-go kind of guy, and I noticed that I was slowing down. I was looking really good. The weight was just coming off, and I remember walking down my hall. I've got a mirror, in my hallway, and I remember walking down the hall and being like, I look pretty good, like wow. And my mother-in-law is like, you look sick, you look pale, and I hadn't thought much of that. Well, the next couple of days, it's almost like what she said triggered something in my body. And this this little pain in my side that grew and grew and grew until one day I literally got up off the couch and bam, hit the ground. And I just stayed there until my wife got home. Now, the part of the reason that I stayed there was because I needed her to see that this was a big deal. And maybe over dramatizing it a little bit. And so, a series of hospital events and whatnot, a misdiagnosis, and kid, you're fine, just go home. Eventually turned out to be a 11 centimeter tumor growing inside my chest. And when that happens at 35 years old, it changes your entire perspective in life. And I remember being carted up to the upper, they're in the ER, and they say, you've got a thing in your chest. Nobody wants to tell you what it is. It's probably a cold. Just go upstairs. We're going to check you in for a week for a cold. So I remember being wheeled out and going, this is it. It's over. Right. Not necessarily my life. I've never been sort of that. I've never been hopeless, but it was like, that's it. My career's over. This is it. That's the story of Owen. It's what I kept saying to myself I was in complete shock over what would happen to me. But it was through cancer and through that near-death experience that I believe that I was able to truly live and break out of some of my bad habits, break out of some of my negative self-talk, and pursue a life that has resulted in being one of the country's top YouTube marketing experts. My business has grown exponentially just from people talking about it and seeing what I've been doing. And I found a strength inside me that I didn't know that I had. And I, like many cancer survivors, I look back on that and say, I wouldn't change that. I wouldn't exchange that. And so I'm here to tell you right now that going through it was miserable, but now that I'm through it, it's made me more of who I am today. And that includes, having a surgery where they cut me open down here, ripped me up, pulled the tumor out. Then I went through chemo for 6 months. Then I went through radiation for 6 straight weeks. And then, I began the rehab process. So now here I am talking to you about a year distance from all that. Still not as energetic, believe it or not, as I used to.
Holy crap. Okay. We couldn't handle any more energy out of you, dude. And you'd be like blowing the room up. So I don't even know I could handle you if you had more energy.
It's literally like chemo made me more tolerable.
I love it. I love it. I see Mr. Brian Kramer's in the house. James Howard is there. He says you are amazing and one tough guy.
Thank you, Jimmy
Adam
James.
says that you are impressive and congratulations.
Thank
and
you,
Mia Voss said the same thing, is that, there's so much. And Adam says mother-in-law's trigger cancer.
Yeah, I'm going to jot that down.
Right. But so we're going to now take this into a comedy portion, because we will bring him back on for Vicki Fitch Live with Vic the Bully. But so, this has also brought something out about, because we were talking about you being kind of a hairless ball. We're just gonna talk about that you're
I'm like a chia pet that was left on the kitchen countertop too long. You know what I mean? Like flowers need sunlight, but not that much sunlight. My hair started to grow back because you lose all of your hair, and it happens rather in an emotional way. Like like when my hair started falling out, it was almost like an Adele song. It's like, hello, and like, it's like falls out in slow motion. I was literally watching a movie with my kids, and I put my hand through my hair, and it was like, bing, 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 all the way down. And so I'm the kind of guy that I've always wanted to face adversity head on. I don't ever want to run from a challenge. I did that most of my childhood, and I think a lot of us share that experience, or that fight or flight kicks in, and we get ourselves out of danger, and then you're not able to grow past that danger. So I remember going, all right, well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to live this out publicly. We're going to do it proudly. We're not going to do the whole, choose what people get to see. And that's what really kind of like kickstarted my foray into live video. And I've been doing live video. I was doing live video before that, but this is where I really committed to living it out. So what we did is we got the camera out and we shaved my head that night. And after going through a little bit of sort of the sorrow and the loss from that thing and moving on, I really became empowered by it. And it's a hard thing to keep going, because you keep, like, I was invited to speak at the National Speakers Association's annual, national convention. And I'm bald as I could be, but I still had my beard. And I remember just praying, just like, Lord, just like, let me keep the beard. you know, and I kid you
Don't
not.
let it fall out in chunks.
I didn't want it to fall out on stage. Like, you don't just lose hairs at a time. You lose chunks of hair at a time. You know what I mean? It's like, is that your eyebrow?
I'm not laughing at you, but you know, like this could be a movie. Like we could come up with a.
I was at my friend's house today, and she's got a whole bunch of caterpillars like growing out of her. I guess it's caterpillar season over at her house. You know, it's like, dude, get an exterminator. But I thought, you know, that caterpillar would make a lovely eyebrow. That's what it looks like, right? It looks like you know, this. So I'm at the NSA thing, and I'm just like praying, please, Lord, just like let me keep the beard. And I got through the presentation. I had to leave a half an hour early, and so my buddy kind of filled in the last section for me, and I went onto the plane. And no joke, Vicki, as soon as I sat down on the plane, I plopped in the chair and just literally just starts falling out. So I go into the lavatory on the airplane, and I start doing this, and the beard came right off. So my wife sent me off, you know, with the goatee, and then I came home with nothing on. As you start to lose your hair, you recognize what your hair does for you. Your eyelashes. Have you ever tried to have a conversation with somebody without eyelashes? You know, I felt like Powder from that movie, and I was just like, you have nothing to block the dust. You got nothing. So it's very challenging. You feel ugly. You feel all of the things that you don't want to feel. And through that, you have a choice. You can either be the person that you see physically in the mirror, who that person, you know, I mean, crying in the morning, literally crying. You know, we talked earlier how I'm kind of an emotional person.
Sure. Like
you put me in front of that movie Elizabethtown, and I'm just like sobbing, you know, but I'm sitting, you know, crying over like who I am, what's happened to me. And then you have to get up and then go train 25 people on how to use YouTube. I mean, you find a strength and a courage that I think we all have and we all possess. And if there is one thing, if there's one person that is inspired by that, if there's one person that makes a new sale because of that, if there's one person that raises their kids a little bit differently because of that, then I would gladly go through cancer again.
Well, I love that. And you're really inspiring people. And, you know, they're just, I mean, Stacy DePolo in the house. Welcome, sweetheart. It's so good to see you. Marsha's here. Mia is in the house. Mia Chapa and Mia Voss. And, you know, Adam says, you know, radiation and chemo make the man live live and raw, head shaving. I mean, like, they're really amazed at what, you know, when Mia said beardless in chunks, you know, as a hashtag. But it's like, you know, it is. And that's, but like you said, you went through it. You know, you went through these challenges, and now you've turned into this. You know, Adam says
incredibly sexy
man. Yeah, I was totally gonna say that, but I didn't want to like throw off some of my other guests. So like, I don't usually say that, but for you,
that's right. I forgot. We're Disney. Okay.
Pity. No, it would be pity, but you know, it's the. Right. I know. It is. He said, Red said. Remember. There's a little Fitch slapping going on, and it makes it funny and humorous, right? Adam says you demand. That's all.
Thank you, Adam.
That, you know, right? And he wants to know if your hair color changed after the chemo.
Yeah, you know, I've always been a little gray. I'm a type A personality to the umpteenth. So I remember in like my mid to late 20s, I started going gray. I went through a huge breakup, and you know, through that breakup that we ended up breaking up on Judge Judy. And I think that is when my first couple of grays sort of started popping out.
What?
And, so I embraced it early on, like Heloise, you know, and I just thought, well, this is going to be my life. So is
that true? Wait, I got back up. Is that true? Or is that what made up? Some crazy made up Owen story.
Oh yeah. I got my, you know what, handed to me.
Judy?
Yeah, I got my you-know-what handed to me on Judge Judy. And I'll tell you, that's what started my foray. That is what encouraged me to leave my job and go into...
Someone find that video. I want that video.
Oh, it's around. It's around. In fact, let me tell you this. I didn't want to sidebar with this early in the game, but that's, you know, I went on Judge Judy, and you know, they say, hey, we'll pay all the, you know, if you lose... we'll pay you that day. If you win, we'll pay you that day. And we all get paid a little bit anyway. It's like Nacho Libre. He goes, we all get a little piece. You know what I mean? So even though it's this disaster of a life, like you walk out with a couple $100. So what happened was Somebody took the video, it put it on YouTube, and it was weeks later, guys, weeks later, that I got a ping from my friend, says, you're YouTube famous now. I didn't even have a channel at the time. I go on, and there's these huge swaths of people that are like, he's so awesome, you should leave him alone. Like, no, he's a real jerk. You see what he did to her? And I had these people just kind of like, and then I had people that I knew just from around the way. They're like, oh, yeah, I knew him. We went to high school together. The guy was always like people like trying to capitalize on my fame and all this kind of crap, So for me, I was like, wow. I wasn't shameful, right? Like, what else was going on in your life to where that didn't embarrass you?
Oh, my gosh.
At the time, I was a raging homeless alcoholic. And this, but, for me, I thought if social media is powerful, people I don't even know are like coming to my defense, and then people that I don't know like actually hate me. And so that's when I decided to like really make Facebook and YouTube a thing, and that sort of began my journey into this part of the the interweb.
I can't stop laughing. I'm having trouble catching my breath. So you guys, do me a favor again. Those of you who have downloaded this on iTunes and Stitcher, you have to come and watch episode 61 of He Said, Red Said, because he's flipping hilarious, and watching his face is priceless. And those of you guys who are in the chat, please share this out. You do not want anyone to miss this, because we're about to go into some other topics that are actually going to be even funnier. I'm not sure how they could be, but
I hope so. I didn't prepare any material, so
well, yeah, you don't need. You are the material. Let's face it.
normally, what I do is I'll watch a clean comedian and copy their jokes, and I just hope that no one's ever heard them. So I get these tweets from Jim Gaffigan that's like, "Dude, you can't do that," and it's like, "Oh crap," you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but we'll get through it. We'll get
Jim's
through it.
A little stickler for that kind of stuff. Like he would never. he would never. Oh my gosh. Stacy DePolo says, people you don't even know yet love and hate you. Welcome to 2017.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
that's
true.
That's the state of the internet marketplace. That's for sure.
Well, and it's it's hilarious, because there are so many different things of like, hey, Lori Moore's in the house. Welcome, Lori. That there are so many opportunities, in social media and live streaming. I mean, let's face it, you and I had until social media marketing world, we had never met. We had, as a matter of fact, I don't know who was it that referred you to me in the first place? Sandy. She kept sending me these messages. You need to have Owen. Owen should be your new Heat. You got to have Owen on. You got to have Owen on. And so, now we finally made it happen. And, I got to actually meet you at Social Media Marketing World, which was a hoot, and
oh yeah.
Right?
It was such a fun experience too, because I'm sitting over here talking to somebody else, and I get this tap on my shoulder, and it's Vicki Fitch, like right here. And you don't always know. Because here's the thing, you go to Social Media Marketing World, I feel so bad. It happened twice, and one guy it shouldn't have happened to. I just blanked on. But these people, they have like the Broncos logo as their profile picture, and they're like Owen, and I'm like,
Bronco.
Yeah, I just didn't even put it together. It's me, it's Jim, And but I see you, and I immediately knew that it was you, and I felt like this, like you said, this is a friend. It's someone I've never met before, but we have relationship, we have rapport.
Right.
Immediately felt like, comfortable, and like, oh, it's so nice to talk to you, like a third cousin, you know what I mean? And that's sort of the feel that you bring to the show and that you bring to the environment. And so it's so nice to go to these conferences and make those connections offline.
Right. And you weren't even afraid of me, right? A little, maybe. Little? Okay. All right.
Not at first. I hide fear. I heard Fitch smells fear, so I've suppressed it in unrighteousness. But no, not at all. It's one of those things where you are just as smooth and sophisticated, and you're just charming. And that I think is so nice, because you kind of meet some of these people that are not so nice. They're kind of jerks. They're just like, they should wear a big sign that says, I have 30,000 subscribers. Like,
oh, right. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it's like I make 4 times as much money as you do, so you can take those subscribers and roll them up real tight. You know what I mean? So it's nice to sort of meet somebody who is who they are, and that's why I love live streaming. You can't hide it.
Right. I don't know. I don't think you can, but I have to say, there's a few people on that I think. Well, I don't know that they hide it very well, but I think a lot of people are fooled, and it's kind of like, I don't know
like
what
Ross
it is.
Brand. Ross Brand, like you guys, Ross Brand seems like the nicest guy in the world, but after you meet him, you're like, wow, that guy's a jerk.
No, shut
Ross
up.
is like the coolest guy in the world. You know he's watching right now, so I wanted to give him a big shout out.
Is he here? I don't think he's here. Is he here? I didn't see him.
I know he's going to be watching at some point. I love Ross and I love his show, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's definitely there. And so it's nice to meet someone who you can be, you know, he's a lot taller than you think, you know what I mean? But it's nice when you meet these people that they're consistent with who they present themselves to be. Yeah. And that's who I try to be. Guys, when you meet me, I may not be this energetic. It's a little bit later here. I'm high on iced coffee. And so I wanted to bring energy because I want you guys to enjoy the show. I want this to be a good time, you know, but I am who I am. And, you know, I got teased a lot in school. Believe it or not, I wasn't always the most popular guy. You know, it's hard to be this energetic and good looking all through the elementary school years. So I got teased a little bit, but it was like after high school that I was like, you know, Popeye, I am who I am, and I'm just be more of who I am.
And you do look a bit like Popeye. And so the people that are listening, you know, have downloaded on iTunes and Stitchers, you should see his muscles look very Popeye-ish.
Yeah.
And
spinach.
without the spinach.
It's kale. It's kale. You know, let me tell you something, guys. Here's the thing. When somebody tells you that they have cancer, the last thing that you want to do is tell them to eat more kale. I tell you, there's like 80% of Americans think cancer is caused by not eating enough kale. Look, it's not true, guys. I'm that kale guy. I've been sucking down kale and alkaline waters for the last 10 years. I remember sitting in my living room going, I drink alkaline water. I'm never getting cancer. Fast forward 3 months, I'm on the couch dying from chemo, you know, and it's just like, you know, I still drink lots of alkaline water, but you know, my point is that it's not everything on the internet is cracked up. So someone tells you they have cancer, just say, I'm so sorry and I'm praying for you. You know what I mean? Don't bring kale or vegetarianism into it.
Okay, just that. So kale. So hashtag no kale.
Yeah.
No kale for cancer. I see Anna is in the house. She's laughing at your high on iced coffee. Jay Garrett has found the video. That's right. Hashtag no kale has found the video of you on Judge Judy. Oh my God.
No way. Awesome. I thought I deleted it.
Right. I cannot wait to watch that after.
I'm going to get totally beat up. And I want you guys to know that nothing that happened on that show is true. Okay. It was all, you know, concocted to destroy me. You know, the thing is that before the show had even begun, all of a sudden it's like, bam, Judge Judy. And there's all these, you know, young people in there texting, and they're just paid actors waiting, waiting to be in the jury or in the courtroom box and that sort of thing. So as soon as I walked in, the cameras were not even on yet. And she looks at me and she goes, you think this is an audition? You think you're going to get famous here today?
Judy said that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, he let me know from the very beginning that there was a winner, and it wasn't me.
Oh,
you know?
my God.
But that being said, you know, it's like you're young, you're kind of doing this thing. Here was my goal, because I've trained in acting. I've had a theater background. I wanted to go out there and make the audience, like, I wanted to be the poor puppy dog. Like, because I didn't want to break up. She wanted to break up.
I walked in with the doe eyes.
Oh, and she's like, you're too gorgeous. I'm going to destroy you.
Yeah. Gorgeous is what the word she probably spit out of her mouth too. Because she was probably salivating just a tad, you know, going
a little bit. And I feel for her. I do.
Yeah.
It's a lot. This is a lot.
It is a lot. It's a lot. And again, those of you who are listening on iTunes or Stitcher or Blog Talk Radio, you've got to check it out. I mean, you know, you gotta. Yeah, I'm just saying. Episode 61 with Owen.
A lot of visual appeal.
A lot. I mean, seriously, because especially when we start thinking about chunks of the beard falling. I mean, that's just that. It's a really hot topic. I'm just saying.
It is. You know, I remember back when I was a kid, Vanilla Ice, you know, he was like one of the coolest rappers at the time, and he had like these little shaves in his eyebrow. And I remember being a kid being like, that is so cool. My mom was like, you're never going to get that done. You're never going to get lines in your head. And I never did until I got cancer. And all of a sudden I had like beard lines, you know, right here. So you have to make it a part of your look. You know, part of what I did when I lost all my hair, I looked like a turtle. You know, I looked like a snapping turtle. And you know, what I did was I went to, I forget the store, but I went to the store and I bought a bunch of Newsy caps or Stoker caps. I'm not sure what you call them, but you know, you have a snap in the front. And I bought a couple different pairs of frames. And the whole thing was like, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to change my look. I'm going to make it interesting. And that style has still sort of plays a role today. And when I'm doing videos, you know, sometimes I'll put the frames on just as I go out to just have a different look and to sort of play the role a little bit. So you have to take what life gives you. And, you know, they say when life hands you lemons, make lemonade. When life hands you lemon, roll them up and throw them at the guy in front of you. You know, make a scene, make a splash. You know, I want to arrive in heaven like I just got off a slip and slide going, hey, can we do that again? And I think that you'll find that there's a quality of life that we're all sort of missing out on when you take that approach. So I hope that you guys will take that for what it's worth.
Well, I'm going to say hi to a few people. We're going to do a quick announcement about the Rockstar of the Week, and then we're going to talk about those teeth in just a sec. Just so you know, I see Aaron Sell in the house. Welcome, Aaron. Adam says Judge Judy needs kale. And Anna she says you have good teeth, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. Stacy DePolo's here. I love this. You guys are awesome. So you guys, Owen was just talking about community, the live streaming community, you know, bringing a community together. And one of the things that I have is my Entrepreneur Rockstar group, and this is a community of people that want to give at least as much as they get. We're there to support each other. It's not about how many bazillion members can we get. It's about people that actually want to participate, you know, actually want to say, you know, want to connect and share. And check out the Entrepreneur Rockstars. Go to VickiFitch.com/freebies. Click that link there, and that will bring you into the Rockstar group. We'd love to have you there. Again, it doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur. It matters if you're willing to, maybe you're willing to give people feedback on something. Maybe you're just willing to be part of the, you know, the support system. We would love to have you in there. So I hope you guys will take the opportunity. And we do have cameo appearances here on the shows typically, where we have somebody come in, tell us a little bit about their business, and we give them some shout outs and give them a little reach, a little social media street cred to try and spread the word a little bit about their business and their brand. So again, we'd love to have you again at VickiFitch.com/freebies. You can click that link. All right. So now we are going to talk a little bit about those teeth, you know.
These pearly whites.
Those pearly whites, because right before you guys got here, and again, Owen knows I'm going here because we already just had this conversation. He starts out telling me he was just doing lip exercises, right? And you never know if this guy's joking or what, right? There you go. Do them. Show him, baby. Come on. Show him. Yeah. Okay. That's better.
And I'll tell you, there's a beautiful shot of that. You go down to my Instagram, Owen.video, I think is my Instagram. I have a little meme that I did because we were at Social Media Marketing World, and we were talking about, you know, what do you guys do to get ready for video? And I do these really aggressive lip warm-ups, you know, and so you'll see me, you know, before I go live, if I'm doing like live on Instagram or live on Facebook before I go live on YouTube, and I'm doing you know, this type of thing, because I got a big scar in my lip. I was hit in the face with a golf ball about 2 years ago, almost exactly 1 year before I was diagnosed with cancer. It changed the way that I do things. So I was driving, I was with a couple friends. And the funny thing is like, I didn't even like these guys. You know, here's a couple guys.
They didn't like you either. Did one of them hit you?
Apparently, you know, it's painfully clear. You know, I kind of went on this thing. We'd been friends in the past, and we were all kind of like, the wives were like, you guys should all go out. And it's just like, we're all kind of grumbling because none of us really wanted to be there together. And so we're on hole number one. Hole number one. And I had a nice little drive out into the fairway. So I went to go lay it up and put it on the green. And I'm getting in the golf cart and I'm moving. I'm about 70 yards out from where you would tee off, right? As I'm moving in the golf cart, no joke, I saw a little like little white thing, and I looked, and right as I looked, bam, golf ball hit me right in the face. And I didn't take even 2 seconds. The tooth had fallen off. One tooth just shattered and exploded, and it's left somewhere on the golf course in Vista, California. But I had the other tooth in my hand. It was like hanging by a thread, right? And I could like feel the thread on my tongue. You know, I could feel it. And I thought it was my lip. But it was just a piece of gum that my gums that my tooth was hanging from. So I pulled it out, and no joke, with one hand I pulled the tooth out. With the other hand, I pulled my camera out, and I immediately started recording the situation. Now, I rank, I think, number 4 on YouTube for hitting the face with a golf ball. So if you guys go to YouTube and search hitting the face with a golf ball or golf ball fail, I think either one of those two might bring up my video. I did 8 videos that day from the moment that I got hit until they had tried to restore. Well, you don't go to the ER for a tooth thing. They have no idea what to do with you. So that was awkward in itself, but they stitched up my lip. And so now, this part of my lip is kind of dead. You can even see when I smile. See, I kind of hangs.
Yeah. Again, for those of you who are on have downloaded this podcast, you won't be able to, but you can come and see episode 61 because you want to see this whole lip action thing.
It is. So my lip is a little bit heavier, and no joke, I slur a little bit now, and I don't mean to. It happens, and so
that's why you were spitting all over me at Social Media Marketing World.
So you should see my computer screen.
Okay,
let me tell you something. My goodness gracious!
Spittle. Now, so we have somebody hashtag that spittle. Owen spittle.
Yeah, right. Like, Owen needs a hiss guard. You know what I mean? Like that's what I should start doing. Is I just put a hiss guard up when I start talking to people. True. And so I do lip warm-ups now because here's the thing. No saliva gets on these teeth. So my lip will stick. So I'll smile and my lip will stick. And it's like this hesitation. Like, and then the lip will move up. You know what I mean? And people are smiling. Like when they're taking pictures, they're kind of like, that was weird. Oh. But you can't tell the story to everybody. So I do this a lot now. I look like Johnny Depp from Blow. I'm like,
just get Vaseline.
Half the time.
That's what we do in pageants and stuff. You use Vaseline, and then your lips just slide. Just saying.
Is that what that Stone Temple Pilot song is about? I turn the Vaseline on. It might be something that's worth trying because I'll tell you, it's a challenge for me. And then I had a gap between my teeth, and I loved it. I loved my teeth. I got made fun of my whole life for my teeth, right? I get to this place where I'm in like ultra self-confidence. I'm like, I'm Owen, right? Like I'm Owen, and you're gonna have to just deal with it. And then bam, I lose my smile. I lost my smile, and I battled with that. I remember walking through my house, and I had this, the ER just completely, they did a great job sewing up my lip, but they tell my buddies, go back to the golf course and bring his tooth back. They bring my tooth back. He jams it back into my face and concretes it in. So I'm walking around, I'm kind of doing this all the time. It's like, here, it hurts like you wouldn't even believe, and it's just like, well, if it hurts, you did something wrong, Owen, and I couldn't even believe. So I'm walking through my house and I tell my wife, like, this is
flipped it over and put it backwards.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It was the wrong tooth. It was someone else's tooth. I don't know what they found. It was actually the golf ball. So,
oh my God.
It was at the time I remember saying this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me because my personality, maybe some of you guys in the audience can relate. My personality takes any bad thing and makes it the worst thing, right? When my girlfriend at the time years ago, broke up with me for one of my friends, I told everybody it was my best friend, you know what I mean? And it wasn't really the case. And so I remember thinking this is like a horrible, horrible thing. I lost my smile. And you have to work yourself through that. It took me, 35 years to get comfortable with my teeth. And the moment I get comfortable with it, I lose it. Life is fleeting. Life is full of change. And you have to, not just accept the change, but write it like lightning and say this, I'm going to, it's like karate, right? I studied the martial arts. When somebody throws a punch, you don't try to stop the punch. You try to use it against them. And that's how you have to, embrace the challenges that are going to come through your life.
Because tried the martial arts version, you could have pushed it aside, right?
That's what I was doing. It was a little bit of face karate, I tried to do the Popeye thing. We're like, watch this, it didn't work out as well as I'd hoped.
Well, I really applaud your efforts. I mean, the fact that you tried makes, it makes you more of a man. That's just saying, like
I just wish we would have gone and played pickleball.
Right? Oh, with Stacy. Oh, speaking of that, we're going to go there for a minute because I have to say, we and I wish I could see this because my screen right now is saying that everything like we're just spinning. So I don't know. My iPad is just not, I need a new iPad. If anybody feels like sending me one, feel free because this thing irritates the crap out of me. It irritates the crap out of me. But, Owen, like before my show, usually, I go on Periscope and Facebook Live and I ask the guests to join me. And, most guests do. And I think all guests do, except you, because you were too busy yakking with the producer in the back room.
Oh yeah, I was making connections.
I totally told everybody on Facebook and Periscope. I told them that I can't believe these guys. And then Stacy pops in for 5 seconds, shares it out, and leaves. And I go,
that's hilarious.
I was like, you guys, I am totally going to rip him one. And you guys remember this, right? And then I told them what you said, Jed Record. I told Jed about what
Jed
you
Stahl.
and you're like, Periscope's too femmy for me because, like, I don't like the pink on the purple heart.
That's how I said it too.
I know, it was exactly like that. I'm a very good imitator. I'm a very good imitator.
And I'm not anti Periscope at all. I love Periscope. I do. I like lipstick too, right? And dresses. Not for me though. You know, I'm not here to judge. I got into Periscope for a while, and I was, you know, when it came out, it was awesome, right? I've been live streaming since back in the day. I remember being on a podcast. Right? What's that?
Since before I was born.
Since before, way before, you know, you were even a twinkle in your mama's eye, let me tell you. Or as I tell my kids, way before you were a twinkle in your mama's glass of wine. You know, back in the day, Ustream was real big. And I remember you could stream on Ustream, but they'd have commercial, like these random commercial interruptions. They're like, the murderer is, and then it's a baby diapers commercial or some random, Google display ad, some weird thing. And then I got into quick.com, right? This was a Skype company, QIK.com, and they might be around in a third world country somewhere. I'm not exactly sure. But I could stream on my phone. So all of my kids were born on live streaming TV. But Periscope, I think, was the first to really master the mobile version. And then Meerkat came out. So I was sort of playing on both of those. But I just could not get into the purple hearts and the pink hearts. And so I'm over there talking about, like, dude, I've got cancer, and you know, I'm like, I'm trying to stay strong and working out. And it's like pink heart, pink heart, pink heart. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it didn't resonate with me. I couldn't get into it, right? And it was just, even now, all of the Periscope speakers at Social Media Marketing World were male or female. Female. All females.
Okay, Chocolate Johnny is a male. So, like,
all right, but Chocolate Johnny,
are you calling him gay? Because I think he might have something to say about it. I'm
saying this. Chocolate Johnny's a multi-platform guy. He's a that way. And it's not to say, like, Roberto Blake, I know was on. He's a good friend of mine, a strong YouTuber, you know, doing a lot of stuff on Periscope. But the big Periscope stars are female. So for me, it was kind of like I gravitated naturally towards Meerkat, and we used to have the most fun Saturday morning Meerkats where we're just having fun playing with the platform. I met people on Meerkat that I'm still friends with to this day. Live streaming did something for the community that no other platform had done. And it broke down the wall. It pulled the curtain back on our public selves. Yeah. So I remember logging in and speaking with Joel Comm and Vince Landino. And I had
Vinny, Enzo, or Vincenzo. You can't be calling him Vince. I'm pretty sure I think he'd want me to Fitch slap you for that. I'm just saying.
You know, that's good to know. I'll have to keep that in mind because normally I'll refer to him as Landino or Vinny, whatever somebody else says. I'm on this roll right now, so it's just kind of flowing off me. But I had this microphone in front of me right now, and I had my cell phone in front of me, you know, kind of like this. And they were like, I remember Joel was like, your mic's not working. Your mic's not working. I'm like, guys, it's a USB mic, right? It's for the look. It enabled us to pull back that curtain a little bit. And for me, I started moving away from business professional, please like me, Owen, to more of the guy that you're seeing now, where I was doing silly things like having a mic and it's not even plugged in. That's the beauty of what these mobile live stream apps have done for the community. I think it's been a very positive thing.
I have got to read some of these comments because I am dying inside. And again, those of you guys who are listening to this on the podcast, thank you so much. We really do appreciate you, but you have to watch this episode. First of all, Jay Garrett had your quote wrong, but it's hilarious. What he said was quote of the night. I like Periscope. I like lipstick, like breasts, but they're just not for me. He said dresses, but I like what you said, Jay, because you're
wrong about the boobies, sir. Yeah. You're wrong, sir.
Oh, so you do have those, or you don't like?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
They're making me dinner right now.
The move thing. And let's see. I like Periscope lipstick and dresses from the man whose lip sticks to his tooth.
That's
sounds like a nightmare in backwoods Tennessee. He's a redneck. Maybe
everyone's a comedian,
right? Oh,
everyone's
my
a
stomach hurts. I'm getting like a major ab workout because my stomach actually hurts from.
Well, you need one, and I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that as an attack. Just health wise, everyone needs one.
There's the Fitch slapping is done by me on this show, just so you know.
I have to say, I saw you get up and rearrange some stuff back there, and I'm not. I hate to see you go, but man, I like to watch you leave.
Oh! Now he thinks he's gonna be Mr. Sassy Man. Boom, boom. Oh my God.
$200 mic, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that was worth it.
Okay, you guys, seriously, you have to watch the show. It's hilarious. Adam says he can't stop laughing. Owen is a riot. Stacy says, I think Owen should have an alter ego drag queen on Periscope. Don't tell anyone it's you. We'll build.
Do that. I'm going to call myself Jason Michael Miller extraordinaire. That's for my buddy JMM.
There goes those Popeye arms again. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you guys are killing me. So share this out. If you guys didn't share it out, I mean, seriously, are we not delivering? Put a one in the chat box.
Yeah, seriously.
Put a one in the chat box if you guys are finding this funny, hilarious, humorous. Because I met a lot of the live streamers back on Blab. On Periscope, we got to see
Blab
people a little bit, but we got to meet them on Blab, and it was such a great opportunity to really connect and figure out who people are. And this has just been Stacy. Stacy said that was a Fitch slap boomerang. That's funny, Stacy. That's really funny. But
also kind of a live stream Instagram tie in there with the boomerang. It's good. It's good. We'll work on it, but it's good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, your phone died. Oh no, David, I'm sorry to hear that. So Marcia says yes. So the people they're definitely finding this entertaining and humorous. Do you think Owen makes a good he? You guys, do you guys think put a 5? We'll go with 5. Put a 5 in the chat box if you think Owen is a good he. Stacy says yes from the back room. And I have to tell you, Stacy's one of the biggest critics. I mean, seriously, like she's on it. She tells me no, yes, not so much. Yeah, well, he's funny. But I
can't imagine. Look, I'm having a hard time because I didn't want to bring this up, but like Stacy's over there and like for 1 minute she's like, and then she got this big smile on her face. The next minute she's like,
right.
So I'm over here and I'm like, what, did I say something wrong?
Yeah.
Because I think I'm being funny. I think this is entertaining. I look at Stacy and she's like,
don't look at her. Just pretend.
Yeah, I'm trying to block it out because I know that she's like worrying about tech and pride and all sorts of other stuff. But it's like I'll make a joke. I think I said crappy, and then I look at her face and she looks angry, and I'm like, oh, I forgot. Like I have to be careful, So I'm just trying to read the audience. That's all. I'm trying to read the audience.
Yeah, she's not the audience. She's the producer. The audience is over here, and you can't see them, but they love you. Adam says you're a 10. Melanie says 5. Lori says 5. Anna says 5. I can't even read that many 5s. Mia says 5. Marcia says 5. Stacy DePola says 5. Dave Gonzalez says 4.5 because you need a few more Fitch slaps. Oh my gosh. He's going toe to toe with alpha male on the loose. This show needs that.
I like that.
Oh my gosh, Anna, that's hilarious. So we had a bunch of places we were going to go, but I don't even know if we're going to, I don't know where
I like to think of myself as an alpha, like a modern alpha male. Like, like I am, because I'm kind of like a manly man. I feel that way, like I'm a leader in my home. You know what I mean? I raise my kids like to be disciplined, but at the same time, I cry during Elizabethtown. Anything directed by Christopher Columbus will destroy me, and that's, or Chris Columbus, I think is the gentleman's name. I think he also directed Jerry Maguire. I told my wife the other day, I was like, I'm feeling like really like pent up, like I need to cry. And she's like, do you want to go in the back room and cry together? And let me tell you something, guys. For those of you guys that don't ever spend time to cry with your wife, it's something you may want to explore. Get some candles, a little bit of back massage oil. I'll let you guess where that leads. But she goes,
that's the new pickup line. You want to go cry with me, baby?
I tell you, because I get pent up, and since cancer, I mean, this woman
pent up, baby. I'm pent up.
I'm verklempt, I think is kind of what we were talking about earlier. I said, but this is what I said to her. She was like, no, but let's put on Jerry Maguire and let it happen organically. you know, and we ended up making out. So neither one of it happened. But I'll tell you guys, use it to your advantage. That's what I call the modern alpha male. You know what I mean? It's like we're big and we're strong and we're tough, but at the same time, you know, we can enjoy steel magnolias.
There you go. Well, you know, I think only a manly man can enjoy steel magnolias. And I have to tell you, I just went and saw Beauty and the Beast.
Say it again. Sorry.
I saw Beauty and the Beast. I was bawling. Oh, don't even, you know what? That face needs to go. You cannot, okay, this is where I'm going to get mad at you.
Played out.
You cannot diss something you haven't even seen. Now, if you see it, then you can go, oh my God. But you can't whine and complain when you haven't even seen it. That's,
you know what? I tell you, I have seen it. I've seen it multiple times. I saw it on ice. I saw it animated. I saw it in the storybooks in my kid's room. I saw
it's not the same.
Oh, see, that's what everyone tells. It's like sushi, right? I don't care for sushi, right? And people say, oh, well, you got to try my sushi, or you got to try sushi at this place. And it's like, guys, it's raw fish on seaweed. I don't care where. I don't buy gas station sushi, right? If I want sushi, like I'm gonna cook my food, right? So here's the thing about Beauty and the Beast, and I'm not knocking Beauty and the Beast thing. It's more just like all of these movies have been done. They made this big deal, right, about Gaston being gay. I got lots of gay friends. Gaston's not gay. I wanted to see like
I don't think Gaston was gay. It was Gaston's.
See, you can't even tell. You can't.
Gaston's henchman was gay.
Oh yeah. It was LeFou. I think his name was. You know what I mean? Let me tell you, I've got like 17 gay friends, and when they're in a room, you know that they're the gay ones in the room, and that's why I'm like, high five, brother. You being who you are. When I watch this movie, I have no idea who the gay character is, or at least that's what the reviews are telling me. So here's what I'm saying, guys.
You do at the end, but spoiler alert. Really? Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Well, let me tell you something. Everyone's talking about this movie. It looks like the same dang thing that Disney was trotting out 10 years ago. I want something new.
Go watch it and then let's hash it out. You big sniveler. Seriously, watch it and then we will hash it out.
I'm down to do that. In fact, I think that we need to have like a movie review show.
Yes.
Like movie reactions. Like it'll be like Siskel and Ebert, but it will be Fitch and video. You know,
right?
So quit your fitching.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Quit your fitching and
there's something there.
Getting fitched.
There's something there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I definitely think so. But you have to quit it. You can't whine and complain about something you haven't seen. I'm just saying. You just can't. Because it's all speculative and then you look like a moron. And you're not a moron, are you? Wait.
If we're going on appearances, I look like a sexy beast. But here's the thing about that. I work hard at it, okay? Because I had to battle
hard at the sexy beast thing. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. You know how many times a day I have to shave this area right here? You guys have no idea. It's like Attack of the freaking Gremlins over here. You know, I was watching Kelsey Grammer.
The neck beard. He's talking about a neck beard for those of you guys that are listening to the podcast.
You know, I'll tell you, I got radiation in my chest, so I have like this bald area right here, but the rest of it, it's like I can't even explain to you. It's like seaweed on a hairy monkey. So all I'm saying is there's a lot to it. We should examine all the resources before we
stuff. And we are going to really quickly identify, because we're always talking about live streaming. We're talking about video. Part of live streaming is the red equipment. So as you guys know, if you watch my Periscopes and Facebook Live, I dual broadcast on a TW broadcaster. The Archon Mounts is one of our sponsors, and they are amazing. And if you guys go to archon.com, you can get any of that gear. Use the code FitchSlap, and you save 20% on anything you purchase. So again, if you guys are ready to up your game, as Ian, Owen, Ian, Brian, I don't know what his name is.
It's all the same names, to be honest with you. Juan, John,
Sexy
Ian,
Beast.
Owen.
I'm sorry. When Sexy Beast is in the house, he's talking about video. You got to have some cool, some equipment. It's actually pretty inexpensive, and it will really help you, step up your game. So get archon.com, use the code FitchSlap for 20%. All right. So back to you. Should we just call him SB for short? Like I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe like just SB instead of Owen. We just call you SB. Like
I'll tell you, I do hashtag it Video Beast. So if you guys want to check that out,
Video Beast.
That's a big one for me.
What about Sexy Video Beast?
I like that. My wife, not so much.
Yeah. Because she probably go.
I'm open. I'm open. I'm letting it resonate. I'm letting it
marinate. We call that marinating.
Marinate like a red wine. It's like on the palate. So I'm just playing with it.
Yeah, you need that Vaseline. I can see that right now.
Hey, if I had a nickel.
Right. Oh my gosh.
That goes back to the Jerry Maguire story. So
you know, this guy is a hoot for sure, for sure. I mean, honestly, you are cracking me up. So I have to tell you, so today, you know, I always try and do a little, you know, stuff on my guests. You know, I try and, you know, check little things out. Even when I met them, I don't try and do a lot because I want it to be really organic and have fun and, you know, kind of learn things about them. But I found you a bit binge worthy, I have to admit. I did. I got that word from Amy Schmidauer.
Love
but
it.
I have to tell, it's the truth. I found you a bit binge worthy. I was really busy. I had so much to do, and yet I'm watching another freaking Owen video. There it is. Oh, that was good. Oh, totally. I like the way you just. I'm like, what? Oh man, you know. So I just found you binge worthy. So I have to tell you guys, even though he's sassy, he's a sexy beast, he's sassy, whatever. He does have some good content, and we're going to put his card up in a little bit before we're ending. Owen is live streaming on Instagram Live right now. You're live streaming.
I'm not sure I'm allowed to do that.
Owen, I don't care. Owen, did I just try and call him Ian again? I think he looks like an Ian. I think I'm going to call him Ian from now on.
You know, whatever works for you.
Yeah. You know.
I'm going to show up in the search results anyway. So.
But so we're so glad you're videoing this on Instagram Live. You know, like maybe you can help me with my Instagram, Craig, because I really don't use my Instagram account. I
love Instagram. I was avoiding Instagram for the same reasons I was avoiding. I'm Fitch checking is what I'm doing.
Right. That's Stacey
put it Instagram for the longest time. I thought this is Girl Scout stuff. Like this is like mommy Maven stuff, and I'm just totally not into it. But, you know, during the political season, I just got tired of reading everybody's self-indulgent opinion on both sides of the aisle. And it's for me, it ruined Facebook for me for a time being. And I think that there are things that features have ruined it, but that's all.
You throwing out some feuding words, brother.
I love it. I love stories, and I love what Messenger is doing. But everyone in our circles it's all they're talking about is like stories and Messenger and color backgrounds, and it's just like there's nothing exciting happening on Facebook. So it's you know, it led me to Instagram during the political season. So I went on to Instagram, and I found that seeing people's pictures of their day and of the exciting things, and typically I think that people are putting the good pictures up and not just like throwing up you know, on this. And I really enjoy it. And Instagram is one of my favorite things. The live, I don't get. You know why I like it? Because you can't, like, you can save it afterwards, but there's no recording of it. So I like this whole, hey, if you're here, you get it. You're here now, and you get it now. I like to do things like this on Instagram because it leads them to the main content where they go, hey, if I'm able to see this, that's kind of cool. Where can I get the full version and that sort of thing? I like what Instagram's doing, and I'm hoping to use it a lot more. I'll tell you, you use the right hashtags on Instagram, you get 300 views on your video overnight, and that's a good place to be.
Yeah, you know, and Jed Record, who was here earlier, Jed Record was here earlier, and you know, Jed had some really great tips and stuff that he gave me while we were at Social Media Marketing World about what he's done with some of his content and videos, and I mean, his Instagram pictures and the filters he uses and stuff like that. I really loved listening to what he had to say, and it was really cool because you know, I was using it for one of my other businesses, and I do have the account of Vicki Fitch as well. I just hadn't been using it yet. I'm about to step up my game. I got to tell you, the reason I don't is because I'm so busy and I can't do the scheduled posts. I'm okay with doing some regular ones, but adding it in as a regular platform without being able to schedule, just, you know, like I said, it just makes things a little bit harder.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? I've had to sort of work that out myself. What I'm doing on Instagram right now is I'm taking the highlights of my YouTube video, right? The highlight of the YouTube video, 1 minute, 30 seconds, whatever it might be. I'm taking that chunk, I'm putting it in one of a square video with sort of like text above and text below like a meme. And I'm using that to sort of preview what's on the YouTube channel. And I do that once a week. So when I'm making my videos and when I'm editing and I have an editor that does, you know, all of it. And then what I do is I take what he's done and I kind of chop it up and repurpose from there. It's sort of Sunday nights, I upload it, I get it ready to, or I get it on my phone so that Monday mornings in between stuff, I get it there. And that's my content for the week. I post one time on Instagram and I drive people, to that. The thing with Instagram, I think, is it's the collection. It's your it's your profile, right? People see one cool post and they go and they check out your whole thing. And it's like the video store, right? The place where we buy our water. We buy water and ice at this shop, and there's a shop right next door that has DVD rentals for $1. They're sort of like a giant red box. And I'm walking through that store. I'm like, this is kind of like Instagram, right? It's the DVD cases. It's just the images of larger content. And just having the images there sort of like keeps you top of mind and says, hey, there's more. I've got more coming, but you're not going to find it here. If you want, I'll tell you what, the Instagram thing is like some of your best content, and people are just kind of being like, nice, great post, check it out, amazing. I mean, it's all garbage, but you get these 1 or 2 comments of people that are interested and they're engaged, and you get really deep conversations, deep relationships going. So I'm still exploring Instagram. Jen Herman is one of my Instagram sort of mentors, and she's doing some really great stuff. Focuses more on the imagery side, but we're both sort of exploring the video aspect of it. I'm excited to see where it goes. I've been able to convert a lot of my Instagram likes over to YouTube subscribers. Cool. Over to my Facebook show, which is live on Wednesdays-ish.
And we want to say hi to JS, who's in the house. Stacy DePolo says you are, let's see, she's on the same page as you. She's really politically active. I can vouch for that. And she's a total political geek, but got sick of the debates on Facebook. And then Anna is asking if you do Pinterest or not. Oh.
I don't use Pinterest. Never really resonated with me. I'm a video guy. I'm all about moving images. And in fact, if you see my Instagram stuff, almost every image is moving, right? Even if it's like an image, there's a moving background because I know how to navigate that space. I was never good with the camera on its own. The camera needed to be moving, or the action needed to be moving.
Okay, so here, let's debate this a little bit, but just for a healthy debate for the people that are here, is that, because Pinterest, of course, has link backs to every single time. So like right. I always have the show cards for this posted on Pinterest. Right. And so those things carry out. And each time people share that, it provides those additional link backs. So it certainly is a great way for you to get some social reach and to be relevant to the algorithms that says, hey, this content and to show and to help with your Google ranking. So I'm all about those things, and it's great that you brought that up because I was using it in the beginning, when it first came out, and even for the first couple of years, I was posting my video thumbnails there. I use Pinterest. Don't get me wrong, I use Pinterest, and that's where I got the idea. That's where you found the lipstick and the dresses and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I found a great little account, and I'll tell you, we decorated we landscaped based on the landscaping posts that we saw there. So we use it. And those things are good. My audience is also largely male, right? So on YouTube, I think something like 60%, 70% of my audience is male. And Pinterest is not like dominantly a male, like it's not necessarily a lot of men on there. You have to make a choice. And in the very couple of years in social media, kind of the idea was you got to be everywhere. For me, I was exhausting myself and my content was suffering. I've never hired out my social. I don't automate or schedule anything. I do it all on my own. I'm not saying I wouldn't do that. I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying for me, that's kind of been the baby that I haven't quite, given up yet. Right. I still want to be there. And I just hired a girl who's sort of helping me let go of that. She's either my social media manager or my therapist. I'm not sure. But,
I bet she has to, just being in the same room with you, she'd probably have to do both because, or just even like here, I feel like I'm your therapist without, with these guys, we could just pretend they're not here. If you need some therapy, we can talk.
That's true. Well, I am opening up to you in all new ways. Let me tell you.
It's just
no one knew the Elizabethtown secret until today.
And your wife and I, we talked before just so you know, we chatted. So
I know about the back rubs. Hey, I'll tell you, for me, I made a decision that I was going to focus on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I mean, you go through its evolution, right? So it was like, I'm going to focus on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn. I lost a ton of interest in LinkedIn. With every new update, they've sort of made it more and more clear that my type of content isn't welcome there. Like on LinkedIn, you got to have boring, dry content. Like,
wait, let's go ahead and hashtag LinkedIn here and say hashtag boring and dry.
All the cool people I know there are not even there anymore. They're out doing other things. You know what I mean? I was talking to, I won't say his name because I don't want to get him in trouble, but I was talking to one of the big LinkedIn guys. He's started his own thing and has lots of positive things to say about LinkedIn, but it's a Microsoft environment. It's not for me. I try to post edgy stuff and it doesn't get anywhere. It feels like all the groups have just like all of these rules, and I'm not a spammer. You know, I engage and I talk, but it's like you engage, you post a link. It's like, you can't do that, sir. You know, it's not content appreciated, sir. And it wasn't my thing. So I got 56 alerts on my thing right now. I still use Pulse. I do cross-link all my stuff on Pulse. And I do get engagement there, but the whole idea is to bring them over to the platform I'm uploading on. So, you have to sort of make these decisions on where you're going to spend your time. So I dropped LinkedIn. I recently dropped Snapchat. Not that I don't like Snapchat. I like it just fine. But the reality of Snapchat is those are not my buyers, right? If you're going to buy from me, I have a $97 YouTube mastermind course, right? It's easy. And these 18-year-olds want that for free. The engagement that I was getting on Snapchat was the same people that are following me on Facebook, and they're just doing their marketing thing. I work with a lot of marketers. They're just following me on different platforms. So I dropped LinkedIn, I picked up Instagram, and it's kind of this thing. I'll tell you, I'm really getting into blogging again, not necessarily like long form blogging, but reading other people's blogs and commenting on the blogs. And
so I'll be expecting you to read mine and comment.
Do you have a website? Is that, are you a business? Is this a business? Right.
I put it up yesterday. I just threw it up really fast. I hope you like it.
I'll tell you, podcasting. We just launched a podcast. We're 11 episodes in. I think 7 are published on iTunes. You can find that. Just go to iTunes, search Owen Video. Or you can go to thevideospot.net/podcast and sign up for my podcast bot.
Sure. Just go. Just rock this whole here. Just go ahead and take over real quick. Go ahead.
Hey, I've been good. I've been so nice.
We have a card. We have a social media card.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So
here's my thing.
We're gonna let you talk.
I kind of fell out of podcasting for a while. It got old, right? Like the other day, even I was saying something like, chatbots are old. They just nobody knows how to use it. I've reinvigorated my love for podcasting and radio and media, and so I'm getting into that again. And it's just neat. You got to stay open to that, and you got to try. Well, I did Snapchat. I tried some new things. Didn't get too much of it, so I'm gonna let that go for a few months. I'm gonna pick up podcasting. Boom, instant results. I'm gonna play with that for 50 episodes and see what happens. Because this company said so, or I have to do this because this company said so. You really got to find your own rhythm. You got to find your own rhythm. And that means on
preach it, brother, go and preach it.
Like on Tuesdays, this works for me. On Wednesdays, that works for me. If you're trying to fit something in, square peg, round hole, it may not be a good fit for your business. So have the freedom. I give you permission, right, to let go of that and try something new for a little bit. It just might be the difference between, $1,000 a month and $10,000 a month. So play with that.
And I see Tom Iwema. I don't know if Tom is still here, but Tom's here. And if you guys didn't share this out, share it out so people can see this. And JS says LinkedIn is a joke. After all his years on LinkedIn, my data is there are 36,543 headhunters out there who've seen my profile and realize I have no marketable skills.
Totally.
Well, I like your voiceovers for sure, JS. And you definitely have plenty of skills. Not any of interest to headhunters. Oh. Anyway, we are actually, believe it or not, coming to the end of the show, which this has been crazy. Jennifer Fee in the house, welcome. And I've been told, though, Owen, that I needed to Fitch slap you because you're out of line and just, right? Yeah.
I can't believe it's only one, to be honest with you.
Dude, that was like number 18. You just didn't feel the other ones because you're still numb or your facial hair is
I was moving too fast. Yeah, exactly. It's like when they call that kid up, you raise your hand, they call the guy behind you, but you still walk all the way. You figure it out. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've been there.
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, I mean, I had so many things. I didn't do one thing on my list. There's not hilarious. I don't think we did one thing on my list, but that's what funny. Makes it absolutely hilarious and fun. Is that really, I do want you guys to understand though, he really is binge worthy. His YouTube videos are excellent. They're fast paced, short, concise, right to the point. And so I think that you'll really enjoy that. And we are in a little bit, we're going to put up a card for him so you guys can take a screenshot of it and definitely follow him across the social media platforms. He does seem a little fickle, so he might be in and out. We're not sure, but it sounds like YouTube. He's probably going to stick around there just
YouTube
for a little while.
Facebook, YouTube, Facebook that's why, I've been on those platforms since the beginning. And the funny thing is that, I started on Facebook as a toy. It's just it was the new MySpace, that's why I got into it. But now I've been doing it so long and I've been kind of like hacking it for so long. It really this year that I recognized that I'm like a Facebook mastermind. Like I know all the shortcuts. I've been using Messenger as a business tool. I bet you guys didn't even know that Facebook Messenger has like auto tagging and you can like color code your messages. I mean, I've been doing that for a ton of time. I got a call from Michael Stelzner at Social Media Examiner, and he's like, hey, do you know anybody that's using Messenger really well? And it's just like, me, But you can't necessarily do that because, I'm the YouTube guy. I don't want to spoil my brand. So I referred him to some other people that were doing great stuff, digital marketers doing great stuff with Facebook Messenger. But you almost don't even realize that we all have expertise in things that we're not thinking of because we use them every day. They're commodities to us.
Right.
Challenge yourself on that. Are you really good at WordPress? That might be a course that you can start. Are you great at PowerPoint? That might be something you could market. So look at where you're spending your.
I totally agree. I'm laughing because JS said, "What's your MySpace name?" He wants to follow you there.
They deleted my account. Let me tell you something.
Rand is coming. I can hear it.
MySpace account. I was up. So it was called the Owen Show or the O Show. And I made
yeah.
So I was very politically active, okay? And I made animated GIFs. So they were a lot like South Park. So it was like a picture of me, but I chopped half my head off, right? So my head would talk like this, and it's like an animated GIF of me like, "Mah, mah, 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 mah." And I made a ton of it. I made so much of this stuff using, I can't even remember the animation program. I rocked it. And I go back from time to time to show it to clients and show it to friends. But last time I checked, they had just eliminated it. So it's a bummer.
Oh my gosh, you're killing me. Okay, so normally our guests have filled out a quote of the day and that we create a graphic for, but Owen did not because he's kind of a problem child. He filled this out a long time ago. He refused to update it. He's just difficult. This guy's just rough. He's rough around the edges. But
I'm a rebel, Dottie. I'm a rebel, Dottie, a loner.
I love it. And it's movie references. We are going to have to do something with
name the movie. I'll tell you what. Can you ask your audience, name that movie? I'm a loner, Dottie, a rebel. Who can name that movie?
Go ahead, you guys. Pop it in there while I do a little outroing stuff. What about Matt is a rebel? Matt is, well, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Anyway, so what that's very attractive, Owen. By the way, again, thank you guys that have downloaded this podcast, iTunes, Stitcher, Blog Talk Radio. We really do appreciate you. Owen has been an absolute hoot. He's a troublemaker, but he smiles really nice, and he's a sexy video beast. Whatever.
It's a very expensive smile too. $8,000 smile. Let me tell you.
Let's go pull his teeth. You think we could?
$2,000 a piece.
That's sad, dude.
And the thing is I only broke 2 teeth, right? They only broke 2 teeth, but you can't put a bridge on 2. You have to destroy the other 3.
Right.
So I'm walking around with these like little piddly like toothpicks. And oh my gosh, I tell you, I didn't kiss my wife for a week. Not because I chose to, but she's like, seriously, you need some alone time.
Oh, well, dude, when you talk about a tooth you have hanging by a thread and you yank out of your mouth like that, just right there would have just thrown her over the edge.
Certainly not dinner conversation. I'll tell you that much.
What was it? Who I'm trying to think of who it was. My grandfather and was it my father-in-law that did this thing where they live their little flipper and they flip it out, and I was like,
oh yeah, the flippers, yeah. My father-in-law did the same thing.
What are you doing?
And they do it habitually. It's like,
Right?
it's like some people might click a pen. You're over here in line at the DMV clicking your pen. The guy next to you is going to
flip his teeth. Oh my gosh. Hey, Tamika Bond is in the house. Welcome, Tamika. Thanks for being here. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anna says we should see your grill. And JS says Pee-wee. I don't even know where he's going with that. I'm just
Pee-wee Herman. It's like the last line in Pee-wee Herman. Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah, Pee-wee's kind of a weirdo. I'm just going to go ahead and keep him out of my repertoire of movies.
Paul Rubens.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So right now, you guys know that if you guys have been around for any length of time at all, that you know that He Said, Red Said, where red is always right, is I'm on the hunt for a new he. Now, I can see a lot of you guys really think Owen is in being the new he. Then you need to go to hesaidredsaid.com and click that little link and fill it out and let me know that you are interested. And we will be doing some voting really soon from people, but we just want to let you know that's still available. If you've been scared, and if you, after watching Owen, you might go, I ain't gonna try that because he just like waylaid it, then but just know that you can go to hesaidredsaid.com and click the link and apply for the new he. Next week, I'm not sure if we have a show next week. Our guest is traveling or something, so I'm not quite sure, so we'll let you know during the week if we have a guest next week, or we might try and wrangle up Owen. I'm not sure. We'll try and pull Owen back in.
We should do reactions. We should watch other live streamers and criticize them.
That would kind of be fun. It would be
reactions.
That would be like trolling, and that was just trolling without them
but
knowing.
Making fun of other people elevates me.
That's wrong. That is awful.
I saw the greatest reaction video. He's reacting to YouTube pre-roll commercials. Oh, hilarious. Hilarious. Like, what is this ad? Why do I need that product? I think it could be a lot of fun. But we, of course, don't want to tease anybody. I have so much respect for what you're doing here and for our other live streamers. I feel like I've been in this space for a long time, but I haven't really connected with too many other live streamers. It wasn't until I think Ross Brand, I was just starting to follow him a whole lot, and I saw how consistent he was, and I'm like, wow. And then that introduced me to Jenny Q, and then I fell in love with Jenny Q, and it's just an utmost professional. And that led me to Vicki Fitch, and I'm seeing what all you guys are doing, and it's just like, wow, there is so much talent out here. And before YouTube, I'm taking this back to YouTube. Before YouTube, the only way for people like us to get discovered was Star Search and American Idol, or Barbizon. I don't even Barbizon. I remember watching Gilligan's Island back in the day when I was a kid, like growing up in LA. And it's like, Barbizon, wah, you can be a model, and you pay $300 and your picture goes up on a bulletin board somewhere. The gatekeepers controlled whose message got heard. YouTube cracked that open, and in 2008, they had a presidential debate that was live streamed for the first time on the internet. The floodgates opened for that. And now we have this fun show. And Ross has a show, and I've got a show where our messages are getting out, where we have incomes. We have jobs. We've bought houses and cars and feed our kids with the money that we make from our messages resonating with an audience. Right. We are the first generation where that has truly been possible. And it's such a blessing to be a part of that pioneering group. So I hope to inspire other live streamers, other content creators out there to just go freaking do it. And it doesn't matter if you're talking about your shoe collection. You will find 1,000 people that will follow you, and because they follow you, they'll buy whatever the crap it is you're selling them. So
and that's exactly what we're going for, is selling crap. So good on you for that one.
At the end of the day, we got to make money doing it, So I know a lot of people
we aren't making money selling crap. It's excellent content. If you use the word crap, that is shame on you.
And here's what I'm trying to communicate is that you guys don't have to be as polished.
You can sell crap. It's okay. People will sell crap.
Slang your tchotchke. Slanging tchotchkes on the internet. You know what I mean? I know a guy and stuff like that. There is an income to be made through great content. So guys, get out there and just put your content on video. Do it. Don't worry about, I know, mine too. My cheeks are achy.
My cheeks and my abdomen. I did like 1,000 crunches. That's the equivalent of 1,000 crunches.
It's Olates. That's what it is. It's Olates. It's a new laughter workout.
You know what? That was good. I like that. I'm sure you've said that before, but that was good.
That was good.
You made it up right now. You are witty.
We'll write that down.
Yeah. Hashtag Olatis.
Okay. Stacey, write it down too. You can't have that, Stacey.
Okay. So guys, next week on Vicki Fitch Live, you guys know on the first Wednesday of the month, I have a new book coming out called Evict the Bully in Your Head. And next week, I have Mr. Matt Crane on Evict the Bully in Your Head. And Owen has actually said he'll be on it too, but Matt is going to be sharing us quite a story. Evict the Bully in Your Head is about people who have gone through trials and tragedies and turned them into triumph. And so we're going to be exploring, we're going to be kind of diving deep with Matt. So I guarantee you that will be an emotional conversation for sure. And I look forward to having you guys there. It's on Wednesday night, April 5th at 7 p.m. Pacific. So please be there. You guys definitely check it out. And, this is the time. Is there any last words that you have to say, because again, you're obnoxious, but funny and funny look, a little bit funny looking, even as a sexy video beast, funny looking. Anyway, we're going to kind of give it to you because, you had cancer. So we're going to just go ahead and be nice to you.
I love you guys. I love what you're doing. I want to thank your audience for logging in. And I want to just, thanks guys for logging in and making this possible. I mean, I've had so much fun. I got to go out and hang out with my kids and have a root beer float and they're going to ask me what I was doing. And I get to tell them I'm doing what I love. Amen. And I get to tell my dad worked a job that he hated and he did it for 20 years because he thought he had to. And maybe he did. I don't get to do that. I've been fired from 22 different jobs. Just about every major restaurant in America has fired me. Some of them have actually filed lawsuits against me. And I tell you, I get to do what I love, and I get to do it with people who choose to listen to me. And that's because of people that are in your audience. So I thank you guys for doing that. We're launching a brand. Can I do the promote thing, or is that later?
Yeah, you can promote it right now.
The only thing I want you guys to do is follow me on YouTube. Follow me on YouTube. Search for Owen Video. That's the gateway to all the other content that I do. All the links are there. We're just launching a brand new course, $97 to learn YouTube for business. It's brand new. It's never been, you've never seen a YouTube course as interactive and as comprehensive as this. So I'm excited about that. I want to scream it from the rooftops like Gaston's friend and invite you guys to check that out and be ready for the launch because it's going to be fantastic.
Well, maybe I'll get a sneak peek of that course so I can let you guys know how absolutely stellar it is, because I have to tell you, again, I really meant when I said he was binge worthy. Watching the videos today, I even caught, a lot of the information that he's delivering is information I know, but I caught little tips. There was little gold nuggets, sprung out through there. So even if you are a video, whether you're a video expert, I don't consider myself a video expert by any means, but I certainly consider myself familiar with the space. Sure. But I found gold nuggets strewn out and in different parts of his content and in different parts of his video. I love the fact that it was detailed and they're actually, Owen Video actually did video and showing you how to take care of it. So I do recommend you guys go binge a little on his content and do me a favor. If you do it for me, you can unsubscribe again later, but do me a favor and go check it out. Subscribe and let him know that we actually value his participation here today and that he actually meant something. I mean, I know I laughed hysterically. I don't even feel like I need to go to the gym right now. I feel like I feel a little firmer. I was feeling squishy. I have to tell you, I've been feeling a little squishy lately, and I feel a little firmer. Just I
feel it in my nuggets.
I don't want to talk about your nuggets. I'm just saying that those should just not be on the table.
Stacey DeBolo followed me on IG. Look at that. This is real-time social media, folks.
See, it is. Oh, and my iPad went off again. It does that again. If you have an extra iPad and you want me to have it, because this thing does it like 28,000 times, so I can't read your comments. But guys, this has been an incredible show. Oh, Stacey followed him too. So again, we had a really great guest. Owen, I want to thank you so much for coming. I want to, I just appreciate you being here. And for those of you, like I said, who are listening to this podcast, definitely go see episode 61 of He Said, Red Said. You can see it at hesaidredsaid.com, at VickiFitch.com. It'll be on YouTube within the next few days. There's a lot of places you guys can go check it out, the content. And so we appreciate you connecting with the audience. And like I said, I'd love for you guys to give us some comments and let us know if you think Owen should be the new he. What do you think about him? Like, is he really that good, or was he just a one-hit wonder? I mean, because some guys, they can just pull it off, and then the iced coffee might have been the whole charm. And you can't live on iced coffee alone. You just can't.
That's true.
So
I'm gonna fall apart like paper mache as soon as I walk out of here too.
He might. But Owen, we do appreciate you being here. And for those of you guys who don't know me, I'm going to introduce myself really quickly. Guys, my name is Vicki Fitch. I am a direct sales expert. I've been in the industry for 20 years, top 10 sales and recruiting internationally for more than a decade. I've also built and sold 4 companies. I am an author, a speaker, and an international business consultant, helping you get outside the 5,000 to turn your passion into your profits. I would love to do a free consultation with you. You can go to Vicki Fitch, VICKI, F as in Frank, ITCH.com. And if you guys check out /20, you can do a free 20-minute consultation with me. I would love to connect with you if you're ready to level up your business, if you're ready to, do what you need to do. That this is the opportunity for me to assist you a little bit. And I do live stream every day, typically at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific time on both Facebook Live and Periscope. I'd love for you to connect, and I have a show called Ask Vicki. So if you guys have any questions about business, hashtag Ask Vicki and send it to @Vicki_Fitch on Twitter, and I will tie them into the show. So guys, thank you again for being here. Thank you for the likes, the comments, the shares, the participation, the laughs, and thank Owen again for being here. We appreciate each and every one of you, and I want to remind you, like I always do, to dream it, believe it, and achieve it. Ciao.
Welcome to He Said, Red Said, where red is Vicki Fitch, serial entrepreneur, direct sales expert.